Hey there, it's Paul Gray saying welcome back to Convertible Conversations. Yesterday we talked about how we can take an offense and catastrophize it, go down in a spiral and just keep thinking the worst and the worst and the worst, spiral down to what we call the hellish darkness, where we believe the worst will happen. And then we can play the victim card. And you know what can happen there? You can start to plan what you're going to do to that person who hurt you. And that can go downhill just as quickly. We can do some pretty heinous things in our mind. And when we do, sometimes we enjoy it for a little bit, but then we feel condemned and guilty and judged and wrong and bad. But that's not God condemning us. It's evil itself. The wages of sin, missing God's best, missing God's grace, is death. But the death doesn't come from God. The punishment doesn't come from God. It comes from evil itself. And then, even when we somehow come out of that hellish darkness, we still will feel bad and condemned. Now, maybe you haven't gone that far in your mind. I'm not going to tell you if I've gone that far or not. But I want you to, we know that some of us actually like to do that. And at least do it to some degree or another. Think about how we could hurt another person. Some people don't come out of it, though. Some spiral down so far that they take their own life. Other people act those fantasies out, like mass murderers. Just a week ago, we learned in the United States that an air traffic controller in Charlotte, North Carolina, was fired when the FBI found out that this person had made a pipe bomb and was going to use it to blow their neighbor up because they'd gotten in an argument with the neighbor. They had taken an offense, spiraled down to the fact of where they were going to get even and blow them up. Now, probably none of us listening here have acted out like that. But I would bet that we've all fantasized to some degree how we could hurt somebody who hurt us. And sometimes we even kind of enjoy for a while being the victim because we think that entitles us to take revenge, to get vengeance. We like fantasizing sometimes about making that other person pay, seeing bad things happen to him. And you know what? Unfortunately, through the years, religion has said that's okay because that's how God is, after all. He's not, but that's what religion has said. Religion teaches us, well, God's perfect, he's righteous, and he hates people who do wrong. Therefore, he has to punish them and make them pay because they are his enemies. And then religion teaches us that when somebody does wrong to a good religious person like us, that God actually hates that person and will punish them and will make them pay because they have become his enemies. And many in religion even believe that there's going to be a day when Jesus will come back, or whatever religion you're part of, that when God will come and take revenge on all of our enemies, because after all, our enemies are God's enemies. And he's going to take us to some perpetual bliss place somewhere, but everybody else he's going to toast forever. That's what religion tells us. But we know the truth, don't we? We know that God is not like that at all. And knowing the truth sets us free. We're going to talk more about that this week. Paul Gray saying so long. See you next time.